Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Joel.
I'm Pam.
Welcome to Pam and Joel Presents. Last time we did Harvest of Fear, and today we're going back to the Bloodbath collection. And today we are doing Haunting of Rebecca Verlain. So we're going to check this out, see if it's good or not, and then we'll get back to you. Got anything to say before we do it? And I got my notepad here to take notes to make sure. Okay, we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Hi, everybody. We just got done seeing um, Haunting of Rebecca Verlain, or also known as Garden of Love. And we'll get to a second about why that's called that. So, do you want to say the story of it, or do you want me to tell the story?
No, go ahead.
The story is of a woman whose family was brutally murdered when she was little. As she is instructed by her family's ghost to bring the killers to them so their souls can rest in peace. Okay, so we're gonna get to our thoughts on it, and we will do spoilers, but we'll let you know before we do. So let's talk about the beginning of the movie. It goes all out. I'm just gonna say, Mom, what you said, unrealistic, and it, like I said, brutal in the beginning.
It's like they used too much blood. They did because
And
one stab and there was blood everywhere.
and there was this one that was hit in the face and just
Yeah, it no.
her father. I'm gonna say it right now. I have it written down here. Her father was stabbed 46 times.
Yeah.
That's more than
I mean, yeah, there's been people
what's that?
stabbed
What's
a
that?
lot, but
I can't,
it just nope.
Lizzie Borden. Remember that line, Lizzie Borden? I can't remember right
Yeah.
now. But 46 times, Jesus Christ.
And like they were overkills too. I mean any kill is overkill, but
46 times.
this was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. I'm just marking out the subjects we talk about. And yeah, even like that, like there's this one chick that got in the shower, and they came up and they dropped her and she boom, boom, boom.
yeah, he just kept going and kept going and kept
Would
going.
you say your arm would be tired after a while?
I would be wore out. I'd have to lay down and take a nap, and then get up and continue it
Wait,
or
like
something.
that. Good night.
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna use a shoulder. Yeah, to lean on.
And one thing is, I don't know, because then later on they were talking about how, but well, no, they stole the thing, but I know it's supposed. The point is, but they stabbed the main character when she was starting off as a child. She was about 12. You would
Yep.
say
Yep.
around that. She was stabbed because later on we found
Well,
out
she was not
like
she was
stabbed
cut.
twice.
She was.
Cut,
It was.
no, they came down like this in the beginning. He didn't
Because
cut.
it looks like cuts.
Well, maybe, and they were big cuts. I don't know. One person got hit in the face,
But
like this area, and died. But she gets stabbed near the heart twice,
yeah, and
but
not
doesn't
as
die.
right, and not a lot of blood with her either. But I mean, like
Well, they
one
don't really
person.
show it. They show the person.
Yeah, but there
over
wasn't
the
like a lot of blood around it. But like one person got hit one time back here, and there was just like blood just squirting
Oh,
everywhere.
what, you saw in the blood?
Yeah, because it was just
I just
nope.
don't get the how. I know because she's the main character, but they could at least made the stabs on this side. Maybe that people didn't really see it. Maybe on this side, because I don't know, but getting stabbed twice right here.
Well, and another thing, when they proceeded on later on, and you know most movies they tell you how many years
Oh
later.
yeah.
They tell you how many years that's passed or whatever, but so she had to be like 24 and she's looking like maybe 40. No, that just didn't make sense either.
20, 40.
Yeah, she would have been 24.
Not when she was a kid.
Well, no, as she got older, when they started it out and they showed her older, she was supposed to have been 24.
Well, in around the 20 something.
No, she would have been 24. She was 12 at the time.
Okay.
This is 12 years later. I'm just saying. But she, no.
But see, we didn't know it was supposed to be 12 years later because after her what this is going on with the story, she's in a coma and she doesn't remember everything. The doctor said she will live and all that, and like her.
And she may resume her memory. May get her memory back.
But what goes on is then later on, because I came up from writing notes and I was just talking about this chick, and then I didn't know who if it was supposed to be the little girl until she started seeing this. She was watching the news and this ghost figure just comes on and starts talking to her.
Yeah.
And then later on, after that, she goes home and she's about to take a shower or something. She takes her shirt off and you see the scars. I was like, oh, this is a little girl. I didn't know that because they didn't say 12 years or 10 years or whatever later. It's just jumps right into it.
But they did say later on that it was like 12 years, so.
Yeah, so that's how we figured out. One thing I'm gonna have to, I liked about it is all the TV segments, all the segments with her ghost father, is because they was the most entertaining. Like when we first saw him, he was the anchor, and the makeup and the special effects I liked in this movie. But later on, she's sitting there watching TV, and there's like an info commercial for knives, and you just see him, and he's sitting there. He's like, "Oh, it can go through bone." Cuts off the lady's hand, and she's like, "Oh yeah." And then he bends her over and takes the meat cleaver and cuts her head off and says, "Oh, how is that?" I thought that was pretty cool. I really liked that.
Yeah. Because most people, when they get bent over, they don't get the cleaver.
We already talked about that.
But yeah, it wasn't something. I mean, I sat and watched it all. It had little moments. It was a German film.
I want to say it was in it because the director and
Yeah,
stuff was German.
and some of them had accents, but some of them had American accents.
Well,
So
there can be Americans in German.
I know, but I wasn't sure at first because the doctor was talking. He had American accent, and then later on, as you're watching it, more and more people
I
had.
already talked about that. But when we was going through, like when she was having flashbacks, and the way everything was, because when you first see it, it's when it first goes in, it's the father talking to his daughter. So you was thinking small family, but no, it goes through all these different people living there. So when I was first seeing it, I thought, oh, maybe this is a cult or something. But no, it turns out they were a bunch of hippies.
They were hippies, but
It could have been immense and hippies.
and he was a singer too, so he was like an overnight success, and he had gotten all this money and everything, and so
there's one part. I mean, I kind of forgave her after figuring out why she was mad at the guy, but they didn't want to tell the family members, and her boyfriend didn't want to tell her all about this because they said it could really mess with her and
they were
freak
trying
her
to
out.
protect her.
But then they go to this cop, and he tells her about there's this house she owns because it was her father's, and then she gets mad at her boyfriend for not telling her this. And me and Mom had separate opinions on it. Mom agreed with her, and I agreed with her. I didn't agree with her because she was just getting mad at him for not telling her this, but he wanted to keep it a secret so she wouldn't freak out and have all experience, but he wasn't.
No, I mean, I'd have been pissed too. I mean, you have to look at it from her perspective too, you know. Here it is, she finds that somebody that she loves that has all this information, and she thinks she's going crazy, and, you know, and everybody's lying to her, and...
Well, they were kind of lying too.
Well, they were, because she knew something was going on. But, and as you notice, her boyfriend was acting a little shady anyway, because...
Well, yeah,
like, when she would have these episodes, he would just act like it was no big deal. All he wanted her to do is go see his friend, who was a psychiatrist, blah, 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 blah.
But then, okay, so we talked about that. I get a whole bunch of something. But then, let's get back onto the story. So then she goes to the house. She didn't want to take her boyfriend, so she goes with this cop guy, which was, he felt a little weird just because he just kept talking and talking, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're a celebrity. You're the girl that forgot. Oh yeah. I hope they catch those guys." Blah, 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 blah. So then they go to the house, and she's looking around, and she sees figures, and the cop just gets killed by this unseen force. Or is it cans or something ripped him apart?
Yeah, but you didn't really see a whole lot though.
But then she runs outside, and she runs outside, and and then calls for the backup. All these SWAT members and all that go to it, and the ghosts just have a field day with all them, just killing them and all that. And the special effects were pretty good.
Yeah, he liked the special effects.
Yeah, so that's one
reason.
reason.
It wasn't really bad, but yeah, I've seen better.
But when you got a low budget and you can at least do decent, good work,
I know.
'cause that's better than acting.
But I was looking for the decent, good work. I didn't find it.
You didn't like the story.
But
well, we'll get on to that.
But I made it through it.
Yeah.
Because there are movies that I do like that I will freaking fall asleep right in the fucking middle of. I will.
Oh, I guess we're cussing in this one.
Oh, we are? Oh, no.
I honestly don't care.
There's one strike against me.
But basically, the ghost, anybody that goes in the house that's not her, dies. Because the ghosts are just like vengeful spirits. And
they don't know who did it.
Yeah.
They don't know who killed them because they all wear masks.
That's what I was getting to.
Okay. Well, I got to it first.
So they tell her to bring the people she killed, and she couldn't find out. So then she goes over to her boyfriend and just freaks out about it, and so he drugs her. She
the douchebag.
Yeah. And then she wakes up and he has a noose around her, and basically he's telling her he's doing it because of money. Of course, money's the root of all evil, isn't it? But so yeah, then she gets out of it. She takes his jewel and just vroom, vroom, vroom. I don't know how he lived. I mean, if you could take right in the side of the mouth.
Yep.
I guess if you could take 2 knives to the heart, you could survive a jewel to the forehead.
Yes. I don't want to try though.
Then she leaves because she's thinking she killed him, so she goes to the sheriff. Was he the sheriff? I don't know what he was.
I don't know. He was a cop
guy.
or something back then. The lead detective or something.
Yeah, detective. And she gets there, and her mother and father, her adopted mother and father,
aunt
and uncle. But they adopted her, so I just.
I know, but they were technically her aunt.
Okay, and she's like, "What are you guys doing here?" And you could tell. If you looked at the uncle, you really couldn't tell. But if you see the aunt moving, you know there's something up with them. So that's how I could tell, and that's all we could tell. So then, come to find out, I'm just going to skip through it all. The cop, the aunt, the uncle, and her boyfriend were all in on it for money.
Yes.
The uncle and aunt, they were broke, so they hired these two to go kill them since the father was a musician.
And they were in need of money too.
And one of the big factors of it, called Garden of Love, the other title of this movie was that's one of the songs her father sung to her. And it's a fact, though, she gets them into the house. They get killed. She got shot. We was thinking she was about to die with him because she touches her father's hand and goes back. And she's with her father and all that. But it turns out she's alive. Then the girl, the detective's daughter.
Right, the one, the killer, yes.
Yeah, she kidnapped the detective's daughter so she would make him come to the house.
Right.
And so I guess when the main girl got shot and went through and hit her and made her into a coma, and so then
now it's all repeating.
Yeah,
with the little girl with what happened to.
Yes. So on the show, what I'm gonna do now is the death total. The death total is
whole bunch.
26.
26.
26. Because a lot of them were killed in the beginning and in the cop massacre. That's where the max was. So, that I'd say was... I really liked the effects of the movie. The story was
It wasn't even
It was basically a revenge story, but with ghosts and stuff. So, we're going to go on to our ratings. Mom, you go first. What do you give it out of 5? I thought you gave it a 1 out of 5.
Yeah, but that was just being nice.
So, within... So, what would you give it then? A 0?
I don't know. I honestly...
5 out of 5?
I'm not even sure that I want to rate it because... I did sit through it. And watch it.
You liked the other movie more than this.
I did. I liked the last one a little bit better. But I don't know. No.
I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. It's mostly because of the makeup and the TV segments really got what I liked about this movie. So I think that's it. That's it all up on this. I hope you guys enjoyed this movie reviewed. I will tell you again, it's The Haunting of Rebecca Verlain, or Garden of Love. I'm Joel.
I'm Pam.
I always mess up on the end. This has been Pam and Joel Presents. See ya.
Till next time.